All right, guys, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to estimate, and then we're going to solve it. And here's the thing, is that it does say that you can use this area model if you need to. If you want to, you can. We're not going to draw an area model on here. What we are going to do, though, is I am going to continue having you guys practice converting this into unit form and then multiplying it. But then also at the very end, making sure it's in unit form and converting it back into that decimal. So if I were to look right here, 1 and 21/100ths, I would probably round that to 1. Okay. And this 14. Now here's the thing. I could round it to a couple different things. I could round it to 10. I could also round it to 15. I'm going to round it to 15 just because this is a 1. And so I know that my answer is going to be close to 15. And quite honestly, guys, if you wanted to round it to 10, you could have, and the answer would be close to 10. So this is an example of where I could potentially have two different estimations. So now what I'm going to do is, instead of using this over here, I'm going to write a new one, and I'm actually going to already convert this into hundredths because I know that I have 121/100ths, or 1 and 21/100ths, 121/100ths. I'm going to multiply it by 14. Now I'm going to multiply it out. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. I'm going to add my 0 here. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Such an easy problem. I've got 4, 8, 4 plus 2. Oh, sorry. 8 plus 1 is 9, guys, not 8. 9. 4 plus 2 is 6, and then 1. So now if you think about this, guys, this is basically saying my answer is 1,694. It's not right. I've got to bring down that label, which is hundredths. And now I need to convert it into that decimal form. And to convert it into decimal form, you can put it onto your place value chart if you need help. Or if you already know this is my hundredths column, this is my tenths, this is my 1, and I know my decimal goes in between that 1 and the tenths, this is what your answer should be. And it's pretty close to that 15. Now, if you did choose 1 times 10, it's still close. It's in that 10. But it's way off if I would have left this as 1,694, okay? So coming down here to letter B, 242 and 45/100ths, and then I have 305. I'm going to round this down to 2 just because it's the rounding rule. This I'm going to round to 300. So right now what I have to estimate this is I've got 2 times 3 is 600ths, or 2 zeros. So this answer should be pretty close to 600. So I'm going to go ahead and convert this into that label, and I know it's in the hundredths, so I'm going to say that this is 245/100ths, and I'm going to multiply it by 305. Okay, it's actually not going to be a pretty long problem because, guys, remember, I can skip that 10 because it's 0. It's going to be 0 all the way across. 5 times 5 is 25. Regroup my 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 more is 22. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 more is 12. Okay, now remember, guys, I can skip this 0 because it's just going to be 0 all the way across the board. But because I'm going to do 300, I've got to remember to put those 2 zeros there. 5 times 3 is 15. Regroup my 1. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Regroup my 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So I'm going to add this up. 5, 2, 7, 4, 7. Okay, guys, my answer is 74,725. If I did not put my label or I did not convert it into that decimal form, that's way off from 600. So that should be a clue to you that I'm not done yet. So I'm going to go ahead and label this as hundredths, but I'm going to convert this into decimal form. I already know this is where my hundredths place value is. Okay, so this answer is 747 and 25/100ths. Guys, that is really close to that 600. 74,000, nowhere close to that 600. So that is how you know that that one is correct.